Question number 9. If the vapor pressure of a pure liquid A and B are 300 and 800 torr respectively, at 25 degrees Celsius, when these two liquids are mixed at this temperature to form a solution in which the mole percentage of B is 92, then the vapor pressure observed is to be 0.95 atmosphere. Which of the following is true for the solution? Option A, delta V of mixing is greater than 0. Delta H of mixing is lesser than 0. Option C, delta V of mixing is equal to 0. And D, delta H of mixing is equal to 0. Okay. Now, let's take all the details which they have mentioned. So the given details are: first detail, liquid A. For the liquid A, what we have is the pressure. The vapor pressure is 300 torr. Right? The next one, what we have is the liquid B. For the liquid B, vapor pressure is going to be equal to 800 torr. Okay. Second option, what is given, extra point, is the mole percentage is 92%. Okay, so therefore, the liquid B is 92% in composition. Now, let's go with one more point further. Total vapor pressure. Total vapor pressure, what they have already given us, that is the vapor pressure observed to be equal to 0.95 atmospheres. Right. So now, in this entire case, let's use the Rolle's law. So according to the Rolle's law, what we have? PT is equal to what we have over here. P naught of A into chi of A plus P naught of B into chi of B. This is what we know, right? So P naught of A, right? So therefore, we have certain values and certain we need to find. First, let's understand this particular point, that is the 92%. Okay, so therefore, 92% of B, that means for 100% it's 92%, correct? Now, for the composition, we usually take the composition with respect to 1. So from 1, it is 0.92. Okay, so therefore, it is, for 1, it is going to be composition, mole fraction, for B is equal to 0.92. Therefore, for A is going to be now 1 minus of 0.92, and that will turn out to be 0.08. Okay, so let's take these particular values. These values are very important. This is 1 and this is 1, right? So let's start with the formula. Let's use a formula, replace the things and start over. So total pressure is equal to P naught of A. How much do we have? P naught of A over here. That is going to be 300 torrs. 300 into 0.08 plus, what we have the next one, 800 torrs. 800 torr into 0.92 mole fractions. So therefore, total pressure is equal to 300 into 0.08. So that would give rise to 24. Correct. Plus, what do we have? 800 into 0.92. That would give us answer nearby 700. So therefore, 736. Total value, we would get it around 760 torr. So This is important. Let's mark it down. Okay, so therefore, the total pressure so far that we have found is 760 torrs. Now, 760 torr, that is nothing more than 1 atmosphere. That is nothing more than 760 mm of Hg. Right, so this is a point as what we have found till this point. Now, using this entire terms, what we understand is delta P, okay, that is a change in the pressure, is equal to experimentally calculated pressure minus theoretical calculated pressure. Okay, so according to them, what is observed is 0.95 atmosphere. Okay, so therefore delta P is equal to 0.95 minus 1 is equal to minus 0.05. That is nothing more than it is showing a negative. Okay, so therefore it exhibits a negative deviation, increase in pressure. So therefore it shows a negative deviation from the Raoult's law, right? So it shows a negative deviations from Raoult's law. So therefore, we are going to have delta H of mixing is going to be less than 0. This is the first point. Second point that we need to know now, what happens with respect to delta V? So delta V again is going to be less than 0. So delta H is less than 0, delta V is going to be less than 0. Now let's observe the options which are given. As this particular liquid is going to show us a negative deviations, so therefore delta V is greater than 0, so therefore this is not an option. Option B, delta H is less than 0. Yes, option B is correct. Option C, delta V is equal to 0, no, and delta H is equal to 0, no. So therefore these are not correct answers. The correct answer is the option B with respect to the delta H value, right? So thank you.